chlorine workers arrested. It's very few stories on the Nation this morning, but I think we can. Okay, well, there's here. Amoteco nabs 15 illegal gold miners in Ondo Forest, 19 suspects held. All right, so Mr. Kolawole, I think we can start with the Labour and their reaction to the Nigerian government, the possibilities of a petrol price increase. What are your thoughts on that, and of course your reaction also to Labour?
Well, I totally agree with Labour that it is going to be highly sensitive on the part of both the NNPC and the government to increase fuel price at this period in time. You and I do know that since the Buhari administration into government, there have been a series of increases in the fuel price. And if you recollect, these were the same people who told us that there was no subsidy on petroleum products when the PDP and Dr. Goodluck Jonathan were in power. So what has happened between the time they said there was no subsidy and now that we have taken steps to increase the fuel price several times? What we are saying, in my honest opinion, is a punishment that is going to be inflicted on the Nigerian workers and on the Nigerian people by the insensitive people in power who are trying to punish us for their profligacy, for their inability to manage the economy. What does it take for us to have the refinery working? After all, petroleum refining is not rocket science. It's also not new science. But our allies, the people in power, are not committed to the workable refinery. i.e., that is to make the production of petroleum products. Because it is when they import them, they are able to take money abroad, not just to start with that, but also for them to be able to buy property and engage in their domestic activity. So I think Labour and all right many Nigerians to stand up to the NNPC and the government of the APC and Muhammad Buhari to starkly oppose this new regime of increase in fuel prices. It is not only insensitive, it is callous, it is unreasonable. There is no justification whatsoever for it, especially in an era of this corona pandemic, in which almost all Nigerian people are not doing anything. We are all sitting at home, we are not earning any income. Here to keep increasing the fuel price, you increase the rate for power supply.
All right, Mr. Kolawole. You've asked a very important question there. You said, what would it take to get the refineries working? Let's turn now to the Daily Independent newspaper. It says, APC governors consider zoning presidency to North in 2023. And Osumbo insists documents recognize zoning between North and South. We still have that story here saying new crude oil prices raises fear of fuel price hike. Mortgage industry worsens Nigeria's housing deficit. Federal government's new policy may push innocent others out of Nigeria. Nigeria records 28,876 tobacco smoking related deaths annually. 13 Nigerians contracted dangerous variant of COVID-19, says FG. Also, IMF asked Nigeria to collapse exchange rates, increase VAT, and Nigeria faces third devaluation in 1 year. And across all the papers, we can see an APC campaign, a massive campaign here for their registration. But looking at these ones, Mr. Kolawole, would you like to address the one on the 2023 election, or which of them would you like to speak on this morning?
Come again, please. Come again.
I'm asking, you can go ahead and analyze which of the stories you would like to.
Which of the topic. I just thank you.
All right, Mr. Kolawole, I think let's start with speaking about the APC governors considering zoning the presidency to the north in 2023.
Okay. All right. Wait, let me quickly say that I'm one Nigeria who is in zoning since we got our independence in 1960. We have been rotating prime ministership, military head of state, and then civilian president and monarch. But where have it taken us to? To the best of my knowledge, it has taken us nowhere. All over the world where you see societies and countries making progress, it is their best foot that they put forward. It is their best of human capacity that are trusted with leadership. Honestly, I don't really care where the presidency comes from, or where a governor comes from, or where even a councillor will come from. So long as it's able to deliver the dividend of democracy, guarantee fundamental human rights, and the rule of law. Obasanjo was president for 8 years. He is a Yoruba man. What is the special thing? What is the unique thing that the Yoruba people say that they benefited under the Obasanjo regime? To the best of my knowledge, nothing special proved to the Yoruba people. Jonathan was president, was vice president, and now there is the deputy governor and governor. What is the special advantage that was conferred on the Bayelsa people, on the South people? When Yar'Adua and now that even Buhari is in government, what can you say? The special advantage that they have conferred on the people. Yes, he may have appointed one or two of his friends or benefactors from the north into sensitive and key positions. But are these translated into alleviating the poverty and general welfare of the people from the north? The answer is no. When people get into power on the platform of pride, on the platform of religion, on the platform of vision, on the platform of the section of the country that they come from, at the end of the day, what they want to do is to use the power to confer benefit on themselves, confer benefit on their immediate family, and then their friends, and then the nuclear family, and war army. And it goes on like that before they remember the Nigerian people. You will recollect that before Buhari became president, new journalists were asking him, after so many years with left power, and being scared of why he wants to return to power. He says he wants to get back to power because he find out when he was out of his power, his friends, relations, and the family members are coming to him for one assistance or the other, which he could not give to them because he was not in power. Because such benefits can only be conferred or only be given to people when you are in power.
All right.
That is the kind of mindset we have been playing with our leaders. Not that we should not enforce all these regional universities, all this allocation of the power to people.
All right.
Not to stand there, that does not mean we should not take care of the principle of federal character as enshrined in the Constitution, or gender equality, or even taking alongside the disadvantaged, the disabled people, the typically challenged.
All right, Mr. Kolawole.
Without really complementing marriage.
All right. Because of time, we need to, of course, move to other newspapers. But before we leave the Daily Independent, can you quickly, in less than a minute if possible, talk about the story about 13 Nigerians contracting a dangerous variant of COVID-19? Do you approve and do you agree with the handling of the COVID-19 second wave so far? And, could this, have been avoided?
No, I don't think it could have been avoided. When you see the lackadaisical attitude of our people to this pandemic, in spite of all the noise in the media, in spite of what we abroad and all that, most Nigerian people still don't believe that this coronavirus is a reality. And I'm not surprised. There has been a kind of trust between the Nigerian people and the Japanese government. They don't trust people in government anymore. Because most times when people are in government, they are never honest in their dealings with the Nigerian people. The Nigerian people never trust them. They lie to convert advantage of themselves and all that. So when they came with all the messages about the coronavirus and all that, our people really couldn't connect to people. They couldn't connect to the people in power. The medium of communication wasn't the right thing for government to do. Simply because the medium they have been using is also a medium that can pass from pecuniary benefits from advantage from them. They also use it to make money. So that's why you find the Nigerian people, they are not particular about it. Furthermore, our economy is such that it is not a structured economy. We have a very large informal sector in which people on a daily basis must go out to earn a living. Anytime that they don't go out in the morning, they will not be able to put food on their table. They won't be able to pay electricity. They can't pay their children to feed. And as such, whether there is corona or no corona, they are compelled to go out in that.
All right.
In some other society, in order to keep people at home, they are paid stipends. There are social benefits. There are centers where people go and collect at least food to be able to sustain themselves.
Okay, Mr. Kolawole. Yeah, let's put a hold on the Daily Independent there. And you've made really, really strong points. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with your perspective there. Let's move to the Nigerian Tribune and see what we can also find over there. I can see something on negotiation with bandits. It says, no to negotiation. Northern governors must flush out bandits. That's from the Kaduna State Governor, El Rufai. It says, Gumi peace deal was a waste of time. SANU and NASU strike grounds universities. And also, Femi Fani-Kayode meets with Kogi State Governor, APC caretaker chairman. There's also rumors that he might be joining the APC along with some other governors. Amotekun arrests 15 illegal gold miners in Ondo. Benue communal crisis, military arrests 10 suspects, recovers 16 weapons and ammunition. And also Osun communal crisis, death toll rises to 6. Despite loans, Nigeria's socioeconomic conditions deteriorated, says the IMF. All right, so because of the time that we have left, in the interest of time, let's quickly speak on two of these. First of all, you can start with the words from the Kaduna State Governor El Rufai. No to negotiation. Northern governors must flush out bandits. What's your quick reaction to that?
Well, my reaction to that is whatever El Rufai says, I like to take it with a pinch of salt. Here is a young man who is well educated, whom we thought is highly civilized, whom we thought is the highly metropolitan, but who has not put some of the attributes that we are associated with them into governance. His state has become the most daunted, the most ungovernable, the most anarchistic state in the whole country today. Kaduna has become the center of kidnapping in Nigeria. And Rufai, despite all the menace he said he faced to bandits and cattle rustlers and Fulani herdsmen, despite all the money that he made available to the service chiefs and all that. Still, we can't find peace in southern Kaduna. Still, people cannot see with both eyes closed in the metropolis in Kaduna State. So when it comes up recommending things and saying some of these things, I would want to take it with a pinch of salt. They say charity begins at home. And he who is going to remove the blood from somebody else's eye must remove the speck in his own eye first. Let a Rufai show good governance in Kaduna State before teaching the rest of Nigeria how to sustain peace and all that.
All right.
Finally, he cannot dictate to us the way and manner his brother governor to manage the challenges of mandatory the lawlessness of a few Fulani men that are causing chaos all over the country.
Okay, finally,
the governors are in the best position to manage the affairs of the respective states.
All right, Tunde Kolawole, I want you to finally react to the story on Femi Fani-Kayode and his meeting with the Kogi governor. Of course, insinuations that he might be joining the APC with other governors. Quick reaction to that in less than a minute, if we can, so we can wrap this up.
Well, Fani-Kayode, like any other average Nigerian politician, they see political parties as the mere vehicle for the realization of their political ambition. You will know that even though the man says a lot of fine things in the social media and the conventional media, but he doesn't appear to be a man of very strong principles. He doesn't appear to be a man who is committed to any ideology. And when you take into cognizance his political history, he's moved from one party to the other since the time he joined politics. So if he's joining the APC, I won't be surprised. For them, politics is all about realization of a political ambition, using whatever vehicles are available at any particular point in time. It is also a place to make profit, collect rent, levy charges, and install toll gates where you could easily make money. And if he joins the APC, good luck to him.
Okay.
It is for the Nigerian people to stand up to this clown who are pretending to be our desire, to play politics the way it should be played.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tunde Kolawole.
Then you don't vote for them.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. Unfortunately, that's the much we can take at this time. We appreciate you coming on.
You have a lovely day.
You too.
Sir. Thanks very much. And like you said, it's left for the Nigerian people to make decisions on certain politicians. You know, when they switch between, one party to the other, it almost seems like no party really has any ideology that people stick with. They are vehicles to, achieve certain goals. And I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that.
Yes.
But yeah, it's where we found ourselves. Good morning once again. Of course, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, we're going back in history and telling you some of the major things that happened today. Stay here.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, they go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
We can't talk about education reform if we don't decolonize our education system.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize. Because it's just cultural. And I think it's just human nature.
They stopped paying us salary. I don't like remembering it.
I am angry at Nigeria. I'm angry at this government which seems to be letting us down. I'm angry at us as a people.
In the process of struggling to free myself from